Everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. I do apologise at hammering you with a few videos today. Just some topics I wanted to have a look at and to expand on. I'd like to keep my videos down to sort of a cup of tea length so you can grab them in little sound bites and pick and choose, no obligation whatsoever to watch all of them. So one of my lovely viewers asked to have a look at Jordan Peterson. Never heard of the dude. So I had a quick look to find out who he was. He is a bit of a self-help guru. He is a qualified clinical psychologist. He's written 3 self-help books. He's been noted in numerous, in the thousands of medical papers, etc. When he qualified, he worked at Harvard, then he moved on to the University of Toronto. However, news came out in 2019 that he had I'll pronounce this wrong, so I do apologise, Zeppelin addiction. It's a downer drug, from what I understand. He flew to Russia for treatment because he couldn't find, so he went into rehab, but he couldn't find anyone in North America to undertake the treatment that he wanted. So he flew to Russia for treatment, moved to his family to Siberia in 2020. In 2020. He apparently has claimed that he's moved back to Canada, but I couldn't find anything that said where he actually is. He has a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers, but he's a climate denier. He's a far-right conservative. He's anti-gay, anti-trans, anti as they are. They tend not to. Now, if you're going to say anything nasty about me, then please, you'll find yourself blocked and deleted. But they seem to have nothing positive to say about society. He's very pro-ultra-masculine. Yeah, just one of those sorts of figures that... But let's have a look. I just want to see what the future holds for him. Now, what I got when I was asked the question, I looked it up. So he actually was forced to resign from his position at University of Toronto. I gather he has no academic position at the moment. If I'm wrong, let me know in regards to any of this that I've gleaned. What I'm really getting is that in a declining attitude of the stance that he's taken, it feels like he's becoming more sort of Hannity Bannon in his approach, in a desperation to stay relevant. But let's see what the cards say. Let's see what the cards say. We're looking at Jordan Peterson. Just the energies behind Jordan Peterson. Show me Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson. Oh, I suddenly feel really tired. Really, really tired. Jordan Peterson. Oh, he's very anti-Trudeau. That sort of pro-Poilievre type postings on Twitter. Let's have a look. Finding themselves on the wrong side of history. Okay, the energies behind Jordan Peterson. Right, packing up the truth, moving on, but under the cloak of darkness. So this is interesting. Challenged by abuses, power, lies, betrayal, you name it, stealing. People are walking away from him. So again, they're both swords energies, which is also about the internet. So he has the YouTube channel, he has the Twitter channel. That's how he communes with his followers. Now, whether this is him trying to push this cloak of darkness forward, but his challenge is going to be that People are walking away. People are walking away because they're tired of the vehement rhetoric, is what I'm getting. But let's see what's behind the scenes. A lot of work going. Yeah, he's skilled. He's skilled at connecting the dots. For him, it's about making the money. It's about money, but he's going to find himself loss, heartbreak, despair, cringing away from the truth, piercing through the heart. So that's the energies behind the scenes. But I think this is also part of the fear that he's trying to turn up. We've got emotionally overwhelming, an emotional new beginning, new partnerships, new agreements coming forward. This is what's coming out of the energy behind the scenes. He may have a new book coming out. He's working behind the scenes in regards to creating financial reward, and there's something new coming out. So it may be a new book, the self-help books. But here we've got the rabbit out of the hat manipulation. We also think out of this heartbreak that he's creating himself new opportunities. Right. The smug merchant, karma hanging over him, but he's going to find his message increasingly difficult to hold on to. And he's going to find it increasingly cumbersome to hold on to. Okay, outcome for him, power moment. Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in what's on offer, disappointed in the results. It's going to cause anguish and heartbreak and despair as contracts and agreements and deals that he made are brought to light. There's going to be a lot of headlines come forward about his mercenary actions that he's going to find lost, despair. He'll still have his loyal followers. There will be some that will not turn away no matter what, but I think he's going to find himself on the wrong side of history as the truth, the real truth, is brought forward and cuts through. And here we have a new start. So that a real truth brought forward and a new start that is going to bring about healing and an end of this cycle, this oligarchical cycle. Yeah, we've got dark money here, prosecution coming forward and having to defend himself in regards to partnerships that he's made, something completely out of left field for him that's going to come forward very quickly. Yeah, there's going to be, yeah, so I'm going, yeah, okay. There's a truth that's going to come forward for him that he's got under that cloak of darkness. Yeah, it's going to be a downfall for him. It's going to be loss for him. There will be his loyal followers that will carry on regardless. I think he's going to bring out maybe a new book or a new partnership with that Ace of Cups, but the future's not looking particularly bright for him. I think he's got himself in bed with well, the Russia magas, if that makes sense. Climate deniers. I'm sorry, but you can't look at what's going on in the world and still be in denial. Reports have come out from very reputable scientific sources saying that the sheet ice in Antarctica is the worst on record. And the record has been broken 3 times in the last 7 years. 4 out of 5, was it, emperor penguin colonies had their uh, uh, breeding grounds absolutely decimated, which led to the drowning of at least 10,000 emperor penguin chicks because they weren't matured enough to be able to survive. You can't deny it. You cannot deny it. Okay, but Jordan Peterson, what does the future hold for Jordan Peterson going forward? What does the future hold for Jordan Peterson? Very quickly run through. I have no vested interest in this person, but here we have a prosecution in some form coming for him. He's been walking a tightrope in regards to money sources is what I'm getting here. He's going to be forced to reap what he has sowed on the financial front. He's in the past. He may even be under investigation already because in the past he's going to find the truth hemming him in. It may be why his tweets are appearing even more desperate. Here we have the cloak, under the cloak, moving forward. But yeah, I'm wondering whether he's currently under investigation because his immediate future is this anxiety and despair and mental anxiety. Now, I do know that he does have some psychological issues which led to his addiction, that he's gone through rehab. It may even be that he's back on mentally restricted. So he may be back on the drugs. Externally for him is finding himself, his family entrapped by the messaging. Externally for him, the wealth, independent wealth, but he's not listening, in a gilded cage and not listening, and being forced to walk away in the hopes and fears. Investigation in regards to money laundering, strength. There is strength in this investigation. He's going to find himself stopped in whatever way because there is a volatile message being brought forward with this Knight of Wands that is going to bring secrets to the surface about dark money. Yeah. He's going to be forced to defend himself. There's going to be something not yet revealed on an emotional level brought forward, and on the financial level, going to find, this is justice. His actions are going to have consequences. There's a harsh truth coming forward into foolish actions in the past, potentially while he was or whether he still is. This is addiction, abuse, toxicity, heartbroken despair, betrayal, divorce, and lies. Overseas with the two of wands there. He's not going to like what is on offer because there's something coming out in regards to contracts, agreements and connections that is going to be unexpected, and here we have court system. I don't know this guy from a bar of soap. I have no vested interest in what happens to him. The future's not looking good for him. I think he's got himself tied up in a bit of a pickle. There's going to be some revelations that are going to come forward that are going to be very uncomfortable for him, and that he's going to find himself facing the justice system. I'm suspecting he is perhaps, even though he went through rehab, that he may be entertainment only, back using, but it's not looking good. Okay, let's see how it plays. Take care. Look after yourselves.